It's often said that nutrition is the cornerstone of health, yet so many of us fail to recognize just how foundational it truly is until something breaks. In modern medicine, we tend to chase symptoms rather than root causes, prescribing pills for everything from fatigue to depression. But what if the root cause wasn't neurological, hormonal, or even psychological, but nutritional? Let's talk about B12. This essential vitamin doesn't just help with energy. It plays a critical role in brain function, red blood cell formation, and even DNA synthesis. When levels are low, the symptoms can be deceptively subtle. Maybe you're a bit more tired than usual, your memory feels foggy, or your mood is consistently low. These don't always scream vitamin deficiency to most doctors, and unfortunately, that means the underlying issue often goes undetected. Take anemia, for example. We're taught in school that it's about iron, and often that's where the investigation stops. But not all anemia is created equal. A B12 or folate deficiency can result in what's called megaloblastic anemia, which has nothing to do with iron at all. Without B12, your red blood cells can't mature properly. And the result? Fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath. Things easily written off as stress or age or just life. But fix the deficiency, and it's like someone turned the lights back on. And B12 is just the beginning. Magnesium, vitamin D, omega, 3 fatty acids. Each one plays its own starring role in the symphony of human health. The problem is, modern life has made it nearly impossible to get optimal levels through diet alone. Industrial agriculture has depleted our soil, processed food dominates our shelves, and most people's balanced diet is anything but. That's why supplements aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. Not because we're weak or fragile, but because our environment has changed and our needs have evolved. The food pyramid doesn't cut it anymore. We need to stop aiming for just not deficient and start aiming for optimal. So when someone says supplements are a waste of money, I can't help but wonder, compare to what? To another prescription? Another year of brain fog and fatigue? When you're armed with the right information, the right tests, and a bit of curiosity, supplements can be the missing piece in a puzzle that's been scrambled for far too long. So how do you actually know what you're missing? Blood tests? Sure, but not the standard ones your doctor runs at your annual checkup. We're talking about panels that look at micronutrients, inflammatory markers, omega-3 to omega-6 ratios, vitamin D, magnesium, B12, ferritin, the works. Functional medicine thrives on this level of specificity because the goal isn't to just not be sick. The goal is to feel amazing, sharp, energized, clear. And yes, it's possible, but you can't optimize what you don't measure. This is why I always say, don't guess, test. Throwing supplements into your body blindfolded is like firing darts in the dark. You might hit something, or you might waste a whole lot of time and money and end up no better than you started. Get the data, then make decisions, then retest. Treat your body like a laboratory, not a black box. That said, even without labs, there are some safe bets. Almost everyone, for instance, needs magnesium. It's involved in over 600 enzymatic processes, from energy production to muscle function to mood regulation. And most people are deficient, thanks to poor diet, chronic stress, and our caffeine and alcohol-soaked culture that literally drains magnesium from the body. Anxiety, insomnia, muscle cramps, even constipation. So often they're just a cry for more magnesium. Same with omega-3s. Unless you're eating fatty fish multiple times a week, which, let's be honest, most people aren't, you're probably running low. And that matters. Omega-3s aren't just about heart health anymore. They influence everything from skin condition to cognition to inflammation to mood. A deficiency might show up as depression, brain fog, brittle nails, or stubborn joint pain. The irony? It's one of the easiest things to supplement, and one of the most overlooked. And then there's vitamin D. Not just a vitamin, a hormone really. It regulates gene expression, immune response, mental health, bone density, and so much more. And unless you live naked on a beach near the equator, you're probably not getting enough. Especially in winter. Especially if you have darker skin. especially if you spend 99% of your life under fluorescent light or in front of screen. A vitamin D deficiency doesn't feel like a broken leg. It feels like low energy, frequent colds, maybe even depression. And for many people, fixing it is life-changing. Literally. The dosage? It varies. Some need 1,000 IU a day, others need 10,000. It's personal. But again, that's where testing comes in. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about megadosing blindly or chasing every new super supplement the internet throws at you. It's about tuning in, listening, testing, adjusting. It's about understanding that your body isn't just something to maintain, it's something to optimize.